It's Marge from Fashion Index. I am bringing in Tirsa, and today we are actually going to introduce you to Anna Livermore of V.Mora. Anna wrote this amazing book. You are going to love it. I love it. It's like so real life, fantastic, all the information in it. But the other thing about the book is that it's like real, because sometimes you get a book, especially lately, and you're like, okay, ChatGPT wrote this book, but that is not at all what you have. Listening to Anna speak, it's amazing. So I just want to invite Tirsa in right now, and I want to get Anna in here. There's the mirror.
Hello. Hello.
Hey,
How are you today?
good. How are you?
I'm good. I know we just talked a few minutes ago on another live chat, but always good to share it with everybody on Instagram and all across our channels of social media. And I can't wait for Anna to join. I'm looking forward to sharing her book, which I just saw you were showing, and just talking to her in general and sharing some of her wisdom and knowledge with all of you.
Oh, I know. I can't wait for people to meet her, because I swear it's like this book. Okay, and Mary Ellen's on watching the live. Mary Ellen, you can appreciate this. This really is a phenomenal book. Like from beginning to end, it's like actually literally what you need to know. So the interesting other funny thing about this is I am like a lifelong learner. I'm one of those people, I just always am like going back to school, back to learn more. And but I love also to have someone real to be able to talk to, and to like be able to like, okay, now I have the book, but I still have questions, because whatever is happening, I just need help with. So it's just great, honestly. I read this book, and that was the other nice thing. Now granted, I need to do this, but I was actually on a road trip and read the book straight through in 8 hours. It was great. I'm still trying to get Anna on here, and I think there's like there we go. I think there's like a problem with the connection or something. But again, you guys, Anna from V.Mora Consulting, and phenomenal, and has been in the business. She has literally helped initiate 400 companies. It's like insane. And if you look at the names of the brands, you've seen some of them. Like, that's how well they're doing. So great, really, to look and check this out. Where are we going now?
I'm sure she's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know, I live in California, and March is in Charleston. Yeah. And so we do this virtually, and we have Fashion Index as an online platform to help young and emerging brands, or brands who are ready to grow to the next level, find the resources that they need to really get there. If it's a consultant, if it's a coach, if it's an individual contributor, if it's somebody who just needs help finding new fabric sources or a new factory or anything in between, any of those embellishers, etc., and all the way through to 3PLs and software solutions. So, definitely check Fashion Index out if you haven't been on there already. Join our network and be part of our community and be part of the whole conversation. We are such believers in encouraging people to make product more local to you. We're such believers that the industry has done a lot of unsustainable ways of manufacturing and having different product types in the past. And there's a way forward to doing things much more sustainably in process, in methodology, and in materials. And then end of life, really thinking what the product is going to look like. Is it recyclable? How can it be repurposed? All those important things. And those are some of the really great things that we believe in. And the community at large at Fashion Index really resonates with them, and they believe it too. So, join our community if that sounds like you. And if you want to keep learning about different things, including really great tips and tricks that you can find in Anna Livermore's book, as well as just a large network of really, really great people who have a lot of wonderful knowledge from the very beginning all the way through. They've heard horror stories, they've seen success stories. Our goal is for anybody who is young, emerging, or growing, so that you don't have all those hiccups of things that really slow you down, frustrate you, cost you money, cost you time. We try to connect you with really great resources who are able to help you be successful and get it through.
Yep. See, and that's what Mary Ellen's saying, is her clients are asking for those kind of resources.
Mm-hmm.
I totally get it. Honestly, Mary Ellen's definitely true.
And they're some of the hardest to find because honestly, small to mid-sized businesses have a really hard time being successful in SEO. They have a really hard time finding each other because they're not popping up to the top when you're doing searches in the search engines. And so a platform like Fashion Index is really a great place for those businesses to shine. And then we work and try really hard to learn about them and be able to advocate for them, for their strengths, and for all the great things that they can bring forward to businesses, and so that you can feel like you know them and you can trust them to drop a line in their inbox or pick up the phone and chat with them. We want to share that because between Marge and I, we both have about 30 years of experience. And so that's a lot of knowledge, and we've seen a lot of things from really large corporations as well as really small startups of our own. So we have felt the pain, we have seen the successes, and we've seen really great processes along the way. And so when we talk to people, we can really put all of that industry knowledge to use when we're having those conversations.
Right. Yeah.
Hello, Sky.
I just texted Anna to see if we should reschedule.
Hi, MJ Point. Thanks for joining us. We're going to do a live here with one of our listers who relatively recently wrote a book. I too have it. And so her book is just a tremendous wealth of information. It really breaks it down into very understandable terms, and you really get a sense of kind of the steps of the process and why each one are important, and kind of how to start tackling through them. And then you go to the next step of getting a little more resource and knowledge by connecting with somebody like Anna, and really getting your business off the ground. But you will start to understand the conversation, the terminology, and all of those important details, especially if you didn't go to school for fashion design and merchandising. And even if you did, when I graduated from school, I knew that I didn't know the design forward like I should to start my own business. And so I went and worked in the industry to learn that knowledge. So if you started in the design and you graduated, you're not necessarily going to know all the rest of the details of how to do those negotiations, how to really look at your fabrications, how to figure out the best places to source things for the quantities that you're looking to move forward with. And how many pieces is the right number to start a collection? Should I go for a full-blown collection, or should I start really small? There's just so many questions and things to tackle and look at, and a lot of them tie back to time and money and marketing strategies. So it's really important to kind of have all of that as a conversation, and to be able to have a sounding board, somebody to be able to talk to who can really answer questions for you, is so valuable. There's so many people that I meet and like, oh, I wish I'd known what you did a long time ago. You would have saved me a lot of headaches. You would have saved me a lot of time. And that's what somebody like Anna is there for.
Yeah.
They can mentor you through the process. Hello, young lady. How are you today?
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
So good. So good to see you guys.
So good.
Likewise.
Anna. Yes. So Tirsa has shown them all your book, which we love. And you guys, yeah. So just to get back to, first, this is Anna Livermore from V.Mora. Anna, tell us again, how many years have you been running V.Mora?
Since 2008. And I apologize. I was on your page and I think it just didn't refresh. Were you guys here since 4 waiting for me?
Yeah, but it's so totally
But we
okay.
were
We're just
Oh my
talking about,
gosh.
you
So
know, it's
on your
fine.
page waiting to see you go live, and nothing was changing, and then off your page and back on. So I'm so sorry. I told you technology is just like not my friend.
It's okay. It's
okay.
I was like,
okay. You know, it actually gave me
right
a little
place.
time to talk about the industry, to talk about, you know, startups and some of the questions and that they might have, and why it's so great to be able to talk to somebody like you as a sounding board. Yes, starting with your book, which is an amazing thing. But before we really get into that, why don't you just tell us a little bit of background about you and why you decided to write a book?
Yeah. So when I started in the industry, it was a lot more closed off than it is even now. Even still, it's very closed off. It's really hard to find resources. And the designers and the people that have built the platform and found the vendors and the manufacturers don't necessarily want to share that.
Right.
Yeah.
It took them so long to find those factories and to find the right resources. So that was part of why I started V.Mora, was to help designers make those connections and make it simple. And then after, I guess, like 15 years of like repeating myself a million times over, because the process is the same if you're doing, you know, a shirt, or if you're doing underwear, or, you know, there's industry standard steps to take.
Right.
Yes.
So I turned all of those into a book so that it's a simple way where you can get an overview of, listen, this is what you need to do. These are the steps. This is, you know, how you do those steps.
Yeah.
These are why it's important. Because there's also a common like misunderstanding that like the factory is responsible for a lot.
Uh-huh.
And it's on the designer. Like if your garments don't fit, but you didn't provide the size chart, that's on you, because it's up to
Right.
you to
Oh.
provide the fit. The factory shouldn't be making that for you. So there's a lot of myths or ideas that like, oh, well, my factory does that, but the factory cut and sew. There's so many other involved, and they're all in the book.
Honestly,
Well, and
Anna, you know, I loved the point that you make about how you might be quoted delivery times, but that starts when everything is ready to go in the factory. A lot of people might think, okay, my fabric arrived, you know, my patterns are ready, but what about your trims? What about your labels? If they cannot finish a garment, they are not starting production, and your clock did not start.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. People don't understand. It's like, oh, well, just sew the buttons on when you get it. Just sew the labels on when they come. But they set up their entire line. They take everything else off the production. All of the thread that matches your garments is ready to go. They get to a step and they have to pull it. Your entire line gets pulled. They're putting somebody else on, and you're not getting back to that factory line until that production is done.
Right, exactly.
Really important to have everything prepared.
I mean,
right.
if a factory will even start, usually it will not even start for that reason.
Right.
Right.
If it's successful, where they started and they thought they're not going to be happy to find out.
Right. Because it really ruins their productivity. I mean, everything's is a very small margins in factories. No matter what you might think, their margins are very slim, and it's all around time. And time is money, and they take a time to ramp up and gain some efficiency, and then a plateau and to come back down. But they have to take yours and put it back on the buttons. The only way they can do this is if somebody doesn't need buttons on their garment.
Yeah.
Because they need things to run through smoothly. They don't. What if they lose a couple of some of your thread, and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't have the right color anymore. I only have whatever. It just becomes a nightmare for them. And so they even when they try to help you out, they've gotten burned so many times where it costs them money. They just really can't afford to do it, no matter how much they like you.
Yes.
They need to make money. They need to be efficient. So that's a really great point.
Yeah. Not only that, but good luck getting back in that factory if you're not ready.
Yeah.
It's just a process, and it is all about ability for everyone, you know, not just the retailer.
Yeah. So the book brings them through like step by step.
It's just the best.
Yeah. Of like what happens and when, and if they follow the timeline and the steps in the order, they're not going to miss any steps. They're going to have everything ready at the proper time. Because like I said, care labels are all the way in the front.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
people have to be approved. You need artwork. You need to figure out your logo, your branding. All of that's important. You don't want to throw that together last minute, a week before your productions
Right.
start.
Yeah.
So
Haircut.
order.
This is Anna's book, The
Yep.
Foolproof
Your care,
Plan
content,
to
country of origin.
Kickstart your clothing line, guys. It's phenomenal.
And have you announced the code yet?
What'd you say?
No, that'll roll out in a little while. In a couple of
Yeah.
So it's a really great book, really great, easy information, easily digestible. You get to learn the terminology so that you're much more comfortable having conversations, and you sound like you know what you're doing a bit more, and it's food for thought. And then once you have the book, then reach out to Anna and be ready for the next step where you can really bounce those ideas off with her, from okay, I have an idea and I want to start a collection in this area. How many pieces do you think I should start? How should I do that? What does that look like? What's the first step that I should really dive into? And okay, now I'm doing it and I'm reading the book, but I think you need a little more help. And depending on what your background is, you may, like I was saying before you jumped on, Anna, I had a design and merchandising degree. And when I got into the industry, I knew I didn't know design forward like I needed to start my own business. And so that's why I got into where I was for so many years before doing Fashion Index. So, your information is gained through knowledge and through practice, and through working with really great people. And so having people like V.Mora, who is listed on Fashion Index, is super helpful, super important. And I'm Tirsa, for anybody who doesn't know. This is Marge, and obviously this is Anna Livermore. Marge and I are part of Fashion Index, which is an online platform where you can find resources that if you're a small to mid-sized business, to start your business, to grow your business, really help you get to the next level, all the way through the processes. And Anna is a wonderful person who is part of our community, and we're so happy to have her with us today to talk about her book and her knowledge and the industry at large.
Yeah. I mean, you have a real live person that you can actually go and ask questions to, guys, after you read the book. It's just phenomenal.
I also want the book really easy to read and not like when you're finished with the book. I wanted people to feel inspired.
Yes.
I want them to feel like I can do this. I have the knowledge. So it's not meant to be intimidating. It's not meant to be scary. Like if you're just thinking about launching a clothing line, this is where you start. You're like, this tells you the process, gives you an idea of the workload. So this book is for very beginners that, are looking just for a background of work the business.
And you also tell them how to plan financially to pay for the line. Like that is so, I'm telling you, it was great, Anna. The book is just phenomenal. Yeah. And you guys, Anna's got an entire team of people to help with the branding, with the marketing, with like everything that you have to do to create your line. So this is like beginning to end. It's amazing. And go and see some of the brands she's actually launched for her clients. They're just amazing. You guys just did, what was the big fashion show that I just saw online? Oh God. My friend O'Neill always wants to be in this show, Tears. And they have their retail stores in New York City. Oh God, I can't believe I'm blanking.
I've been I go to it. I
just got their emails for the next season.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
That show.
Oh my God. Okay, well,
I don't know which one it is. Otherwise, I'd help you.
We'll put it in the like the notes when we post this, because you got to just see some of the brands that she's helped launch. It's just amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Anna. Well, we're gonna let people jump, and please check out the book. It's the easiest read, but such great information. The foolproof way to plan to kickstart your clothing line. I'm trying to read backwards.
You did great.
It's great, you guys. Check it out. Connect with Anna from V.Mora. I am Marge. This is Tirsa. We're from Fashion Index. Check out our platform to connect with any other resources you might need in the industry. You just never know. We're here to be like the library and bring amazing people like Anna to you, okay? Take care, everyone.
Thank
Everyone for
you.
Have a great day. Take care. Bye.
Bye.